Hi there, sign of Libra. This is Kim here to do your reading. It is a next 3-day reading, but I feel called to pull a Celtic cross for you all and clarify it, and also use the 108 deck. So I have the Zombie Tarot, Sci-Fi Tarot. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's been a while since I've done something kind of bigger for you all. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's a good reading. Hope we get a good reading for Libras. Opening up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels for these messages. I have been seeing the Two of Cups a lot since I've been shuffling earlier too, thinking about your reading. So spirit guides, angels, give me a good shuffle. The sign of Libra. What do they have coming for them? This is going to be a general read, but take it as it resonates. We'll kind of clarify things in a general way in that sense. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, King of Wands, Lovers in the past, Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Oh, so something's good right now. You could be working on your finances, on your health or your finances at this time. I'll get more clarification, but let's go ahead and look at this Lover's energy. So the Lovers in the past is a significant connection or a crossroads that you were at, where you had to make, a really big decision, an important decision. So tell me what that decision was about. The Magician. It's coming to a crossroads because it's you consciously manifesting what you would like to manifest for yourself. When you step into the Magician archetype, then you're acknowledging that you're the one creating your reality, and you're accepting all responsibility for your manifestations. So you are that fifth element that's needed. You have the power of water, air, earth, and fire, right? Yeah, so you have manifested a crossroads, a point of, like a big decision that was made here about what you wanted to manifest, what you wanted to consciously create for yourself. I mean, because I see the only thing that you could be, like, what you could be dealing with right now is what's in the environment. So I have the Five of Pentacles in the environment energy, and it's the only card that's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb, but it feels like that is probably what's changing. As in the goal and destiny, I have the Wheel of Fortune, and so it's there's something changing. There's something changing with that. So it's like going from lack to having. To having, for sure. The sap says wealth, getting the resources that you need, the materials that you need, sweetness, energy, vitality. So it's a good chance that you're manifesting wealth for yourself at this time too. That might be what your main focus is on with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Wands is a challenge. Seven of Wands is talking about when we actually are making action towards something. We're asserting ourselves either to get something, or we're following signs and synchronicities. So it's telling us like what action to take. At this time, you're making good decisions. With the Seven of Pentacles, you're making good decisions. Nice. They lead to your Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, whatever they're saying, that whatever you're investing in right now, like the future actions, those will come. It's definitely a time to assert yourself, right? Being brave, being bold. some sort of work that you've already invested in is going to really, really pay off. With the Nine of Pentacles, it says luxury at the end of the world, an oasis of riches to sustain themselves. So this is a big financial gain or windfall, and it's coming directly because of these good choices that you're making currently. Yeah. So like I say, this thing right here is changing. This Five of Pentacles, it's changing. It's the Star. The Star. Yeah, so you are the Star. Things are lining up for you. Maybe you're going to be very well known also. I mean, because it's the Star. It could be a celebrity. Admiration. Knowing that something is coming about as a big wish granted. Something that you have wanted ever since you were young. And so don't quit like making these choices that you're doing. Whatever you're doing right now, your choices are affecting the long-term goal of this Nine of Pentacles coming about. And you have a support system here. Whether you have physical family or not, you always have your divine family by your side. Always. And so they're walking with you as you're making these investments. As you have patience because you know that the planning is going to pay off. So your planning and your strategy absolutely is. And I think your divine family is wanting you to know that you have a lot of support here and there for this. So support with whatever this endeavor is here for you. This one I wanted to come out too. It may have, for some of you all, it's because there's big things that you're wanting to create here. Like I say, you took spiritual responsibility for your manifestations with the Magician. And it's like now you're choosing your experience and this is what you're going to get. It's like you're wanting your heart home. Happy home, security, love, kindness, family twice, and belonging. And that's what you're manifesting. I'm glad I did this. This is a good reading. King of Wands is in your heart of the matter. So this is like a person who's building like a master, like mastery level. They are able to get through obstacles, challenges. They might motivate others or inspire others with their work or with their whatever they're able to build. And this is in your heart, the heart of your matter. And the Leo energy does rule over the heart, so it kind of makes sense for that. It's like your heart is leading you through your passion, through your inspiration. Another Seven of Pentacles. And they keep saying, keep going. Keep going, keep doing this. Let's see what it says here. It says, the invasion took years of preparation. This is sci-fi, by the way. That's why it says stuff like this. But the invasion took years of preparation, but all the planning paid off. Yes, because you're going to be very, very proud of what you have created. And others are going to see how you were able to not only overcome obstacles and challenges, but build something that's really to be admired. So yeah, you're building something to be admired at this time. And the moon is kind of mysterious here about how this is all coming about. But I feel like you trust in the mystery. So Knight of Cups is here with your, how are you feeling? You could be feeling like you're dreaming a lot. Like very loving. You could be feeling like you just want to kind of give your cup, offer your cup to somebody. Or maybe somebody's going to unexpectedly offer their cup to you. But it has a really good, loving feel to it here. Three of Pentacles, Two of Swords. So it seems like maybe you're considering here working with another person or collaborating, laying down the groundwork for it, for something, because the Three of Pentacles is that. But the Two of Swords is a big decision about who to work with, who to cooperate with. Let me get some more on that with this deck. About how we're feeling. There could be a little indecisiveness here about an unexpected offer that's come your way, is what I'm feeling for some of you all. Is like, what do I do? Do I take this offer or not? Definitely with the connections, influence, with a large amount of quantity of people, networking, support. And then here's your divine family supporting you too. The cross says it's down for the cause, putting others first, purpose-driven, and heeding the call. Yeah, but this constellation, it is about networking and your contacts, but it's also about, you having being in connection or having a lot of influence, like the star energy, like that, just like that star energy. So maybe you're here to influence in a good way, you know? Ooh. Tell me about Five of Pentacles in the environment, which is when we are feeling a hardship or a struggle, but see, it's in the environment. Oh, it's what we're worried about. Is it something about in the environment that we're actually worried about, though? Something that... This is worry. Okay, it's the Nine of Swords is clarifying the Five of Pentacles. So if you are feeling like you're seeing a lot of fear videos, a lot of people saying we should be worried about this, we should be worried about that, we should fear this, we should fear that. They're saying to kind of, if you can, block out as much of that noise as you can, because this fear, it's like a virus, and it will spread and it will grow, and people are manifesting from that energy. Okay, so this is about your responsibility to be the magician. And I don't feel like this is your energy, especially with it being in the environment. I feel like this has to do with other energies that you are not supposed to put too much thought into with that Nine of Swords. You may be feeling like, you know, you're able to be very positive and other people aren't understanding how's this person so positive? How are they achieving what they want to achieve, or how are things happening for them? And it's all because you already know why, because you're the magician. Like, you already know that you are manifesting and taking responsibility for your manifestations. So yeah, I think that's just a big sign to kind of, like this person has on the Four of Pentacles. It's actually, this card is kind of like about building in your stability, being nice and strong, but he's blocking everybody out, right? He's holding his ears. He's blocking everybody out, all the noise. And that's kind of what I think they're saying you need to keep doing, because whatever you've been investing in, it's going to pay off. It honestly might look to others that you have divine favor, or that there is a big miracle that has occurred with you. But you know what it is. You know it is a big part because you know that you're the divine being creating your reality, and that connection, it does make it look like it is special and it is sacred, but it to some people it's going to look like you're pulling off miracles. Okay, so I want you to keep pulling off miracles because I would love to see that as a virus spread. You know what I mean? Tell me about Wheel of Fortune up here in our goal and destiny. Tell me about this new beautiful cycle for Libras. The Chariot. Come on. And the Ace of Swords. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and the Ace of Swords. And this one says an intellectual gift. You could look at it like that. You could look at the Ace of Swords as like a gift from the universe, as all aces are gifts from the universe. This is that big one. You know, it's that big, brilliant idea. It's the innovation. It's the invention. It's whatever it is that comes to you that says, I need to take action on this. Do it. Everything's going to be lined up for your victory here. Everything is lined up for your victory. And I just love it. It says the unstoppable vessel. I think this is you. The unstoppable vessel. Nice. So this Four of Pentacles, I already kind of went over what I think that it has to do with. I think it has something to do with warding off unwanted energies, not listening to the outside while you're manifesting, while you're growing, while you're building your stability. And the Ace of Pentacles. Talk about another gift coming in. To the Four of Wands. It says a joyous celebration of homecoming. These are big milestones met in a person's life here. Marriage, buying a home, launching a company, making a movie, even. Like, it's celebration because you're coming together and you're on a path of purpose, and meaningful relationships are made along that path too. And this right here, the Ace of Pentacles, says it came from nowhere and it changed everything. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, because as you're investing in yourself, being the magician that you are, divine creator, holding accountability of your manifestations, that's why this is coming in. So you are like an example of this, and that's just beautiful. It offers big financial gain, big reward, Ace of Pentacles, security, safety, the financial backing that you would need, you know. And the Queen of Wands here, and the hope or fear. I think it's the hope, because this is about somebody who's brave, they're bold, they're confident. I do have a divine counterpart here with the King and Queen of Wands. Could be slightly fearing being open to a divine counterpart or a connection, possibly. Eight of Swords is about, okay, that's a fear. So that's just a fear of being trapped in a place with lack of freedom. But the goal here, when you find yourself mentally in that energy of wanting to be brave or bold, but then your mind goes off and thinks of all the ways that you are limited, is to not think of those ways that you are limited. Think of the ways that you are free, because what usually happens is you'll think of the ways that you can do things, the ways that you can attempt to change something, some situation, right? And once you make one tiny decision, the whole paradigm starts to shift in a very quantum way. What was a restriction all of a sudden has been changed, transmuted, is no longer a restriction, or is no longer even something that's a worry for you. Let me give you an example of that, like a real tangible example of this. Say you really want a certain job, but you don't drive, or you don't have a car. And you're like, yeah, man, I would really love to live by ... maybe the beach or the city or whatever. I don't have a car. I don't think this is going to be possible. And you just focus on the fact of not having the car, or you focus on the fact of not being able to drive, and whatever reason, it doesn't matter actually. But then all of a sudden, this opportunity comes in. It opens up a place where maybe it's on a boardwalk. Maybe everything's really close together. Maybe most people in that city is exactly on the beach or the location where you're wanting to go. And most of them ride scooters, or most of them ride bicycles. Some of them walk a lot because everything's close together. It's like you open yourself up to something different. And then all of a sudden, what was the limitations doesn't even matter anymore. Not even part of the problem. So that's how you get out of that type of energy, is you be open to the things that you are able to handle. Okay. And free. In ways that you're free. You don't worry too much about the ways that you're not. And in some way, you're going to end up having those worries be irrelevant. So I have the Hermit and I have the Ace of Cups. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Those are big energies. This is saying you have a gift coming from the universe, not only one of financial gain and reward in some sense, but of love coming in. Satisfaction, right? And it, you know, the Hermit energy here is kind of like pouring that love too into yourself when you're in Hermit mode. Maybe isolation for the sake of just relaxing, getting away. The moon is wanting to come out. Clarifying this. It's not really clarifying it, is it? The moon changes. Feminine energy, receiving. They're telling me end of an isolation cycle, or end of a preparation period. They're kind of like saying they like that term better than isolation, because isolation doesn't feel good. Like the word doesn't feel good. But they like this planned and prepared. A person who knows thyself, right? And And I think you know a lot about yourself. I think there's a lot of things that you're exploring right now that are maybe having to do with like hidden emotions. It does say what lurks beneath the surface. Like, what else is there? It's like, what else is there for you to discover about yourself? I think, I'm going to be really cheesy about this. I think that there's something more for you to discover about yourself through a relationship that comes in that is actually really beautiful and loving. And it's something that I feel like is going to be a new experience for you. And so therefore it opens up new facets and new parts of yourself that you didn't know or even there, because the experience is that of something kind of quite new. It feels dreamy. It feels dreamy. So your persistence is paying off. 9 of Wands. You are the spiritual warrior. I also have 9-9 here in the outcome, and actually 9-9 and then card 18, but we won't get too technical. That to me though says that you're coming about a period where there's going to be completions and closure, and it's time for the harvest. So the 9 of Pentacles here, it's time for the harvest. 9-9-9. And you have the Strength card on the bottom. Sorry, on the bottom. Power, strength, courage. You have it so that you can use it. And you definitely never give up. Look at this 9 of Wands. Good. Good. I told you, I think there's something interesting coming here. I feel like there's going to be a love or romance that has a bond of the fights and the struggles spiritually that you have gone through in life. And maybe some of the real 3D physical ones too. It's not going to be a trauma bond. This is going to be somebody that sees you with spiritual eyes. Yeah, this is enchanting. Roses, romance, love. It's enchanting. And it's going to be, oh, I love it. It is going to be a wish granted. Another 9. You got so many 9s. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. You have a lot of 9s here. But the rainbow in the Bible, right? It was a promise that it's not going to ever flood. That God would never flood the whole world again, right? Promise of a good future in that sense. Like that was usually the meaning of this rainbow, was like that comes after the rain, because guess what? The rain stopped. Oh, yay. So it's not going to go on for the whole world to be flooded out. So that's why I think it landed on the crosses, because there is a lot of symbolic meaning within the rainbow. It can mean other things too. This card says wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck. Patience, promise, God send, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, and perfect timing. And these 9s too, just like this card says, let go. Whatever you have to let go of, is the anxieties, the worry, the fears, whatever it is, yes, let go. And then be open to receive all of this stuff. So let's get your angel number message for you, and then I'll wrap up this reading. Oh, I cut it on 999. Your 9s, you and your 9s. So I liked that. I liked that reading. It was kind of a big one. You got a lot of big major arcanas. Yeah, this can definitely be for, your next few months, or talking about what's coming in for your year. You know what I mean? Because this is big. That's big energy. All those major arcanas. So, and 1111, being your number is big too. So, 1111 says the universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and help you wake up to who you truly are. I'm awakening. And that's what I have for my Libras. Sending you love and light. Bye.